Now to politics, and 1 week from right now, the votes will be in and the counting will be well underway. Tonight has been busy as the hopefuls make some of their final pitches.
Vice President Kamala Harris delivered what was billed as her closing argument speech at the Ellipse in Washington, D.C., while former President Donald Trump took his case to Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Kamala's gross incompetence disqualifies her from being President of the United States. She is unfit for office. Everyone knows it. No one respects her. No one trusts her. No one takes her seriously. Everyone knows she is a low IQ individual. You know that. Low IQ.
He is the person who stood at this very spot nearly 4 years ago and sent an armed mob to the United States Capitol to overturn the will of the people in a free and fair election.
Tomorrow, both candidates will hold rallies in the battleground state of North Carolina.
Meanwhile, the comedian that made racist jokes about Puerto Ricans at a Trump rally continues to get pushback on his comments. Now, his hometown of Youngstown and the Catholic Church are weighing in. Our Lydia Esparra picks up the story.
The comic Tony Hinchcliffe told this joke.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
And he already knew it fell flat.
Okay, all right, okay. We're getting there.
In front of thousands at former President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Mark Namick is with Signal Cleveland.
The problem here is it can backfire and backfire big.
And backfire did from protests in Allentown.
So we're going to do our protest. We're going to cross the street.
Where it's the fourth largest city with Puerto Rican voters.
When you are insulting in a race that's so close and where, you know, the Latino vote is really critical.
And at the critical stage, criticism continues. The Archbishop of Puerto Rico released this statement. I call upon you, Mr. Trump, to disavow these comments as reflecting in any way your personal or political viewpoints. It's not sufficient for your campaign to apologize. It is important that you personally apologize for these comments. Also, from Hinchcliffe's hometown of Youngstown, where he attended Ursuline, a Catholic high school. The Diocese of Youngstown and Ursuline High School do not espouse the views of Mr. Tony Hinchcliffe and do not promote him or his ventures. The Diocese of Youngstown and Ursuline High School reject his use of comedy as a means to attack the human dignity of others. For his part, Trump has not denounced the comedian, but the campaign has. And Republicans like Senator Marco Rubio have sounded off.
Look, some guy said some stupid joke, an insult comic, and probably not the right guy to invite to speak.
But Hinchcliffe did speak, and now his words might have left a sour taste in undecided voters, says Namick.
Most comedians will stand by their remarks, as they should. This is about the arena in which he said it.
A heated election that is just 7 days away. And the comedian has already said he will not recant his joke and is simply expressing his freedom of speech. After posting on Twitter, known as Zax, he said, I love Puerto Rico and vacation there. And since there, Russ, he has been silent.
Okay, Lydia Esparra here in the studio. Thank you.
Sure.